Coach, talk about the extended time, how much this means for Nick and what you can do with him. More time than you've had, really worked that out.
It means a lot. It means a lot that we can kind of slow down. We can get really work hard on just some minor details that we weren't able to do, in fall camp. We had to start game planning after he was named the starter. And so Coach Lash is going to get a chance to really work on the fine tuning of his footwork, delivery, and everything that goes with it. So I got to believe this will be a very big help for him.
What do you think it says just about the talent in this area, and even Florida, that the top 3 teams are where they're at right now, and they pretty much got similar rosters?
Yeah, I mean, of course, this is a great area as far as recruiting, as far as talent, and they're extremely talented. I mean, I would probably put their talent up against anybody that, anybody in the country.
How much are you leaning on Damian Craig's knowledge of Florida State for your game plan?
Yeah, I mean, of course, Damon was there, and he knows some of their players, but it's like anything else. We've played. A lot of our coaches. Coach Garner at Georgia. We played a lot of different teams, and you get an idea, but at the end of the day, year to year is different, and so.
Guys, is it possible that any of the JUCO signees, including Will Williams, could join the team for bowl practice?
We're still working on that.
Is it important to, as you got all this time, to change some things, give Florida State something to think about? I mean, do you expect that from them as well when you got this kind of buy?
Yeah, I think anytime you got a long period of time, there's going to be some gamesmanship. There's going to be some wrinkles on both sides of the football, and usually it takes a quarter, and you start getting in a rhythm, and you understand what they're doing, they understand what you're doing. But at the end of the day, they're going to do what they're really good at, and we're going to do what we're really good at, and we'll see what happens.
How have you seen Chris Davis change? Have you seen him change at all since the play against Alabama, or is he still the same?
Not since the Alabama. He's still the same person, but what I've seen is all year he's continued to improve. His leadership on our team has continued to improve. He wanted to return punts, and he made that. He's very adamant with it, and so I'm glad our coaches gave him an opportunity. I mean, he really helped us in a big way, and obviously that return, was one of the defining moments of our season. But he's done a great job for us. He was injured there for a game or two, and it hurt us. He's one of our top players, and top playmakers, and top leaders.
What did you see from him that made him want him to be a captain and to kind of?
I had a relationship with him before when I was here. He's got leadership ability. He's a tough guy, and he earned that through spring and through fall camp. And his teammates have a lot of respect for him.
Can you talk about Sammy's development as a wide receiver and what that meant to the running game for people having respect him?
Well, Sammy can really run, and Coach Craig's done a wonderful job with him, and he's improved each game. Obviously he gives us a deep threat. Anytime you got a guy that can run that as tall as him and can jump, that's a threat. And when his time has come and when his number's been called, he's delivered this year.
How far has he come on an individual level, just going back into the spring, just in his confidence and mentally more than even just physically?
Yeah, I think he's greatly improved. He's become a better player without the ball. And, that's hard to do for receivers.
As good as Nick was in the championship game, I'm sure you guys have pointed to those three fumbles. What do you guys try to do to beat that into his mind a little bit, I guess?
Yeah. You're exactly right. That's what we're focusing on. We got to protect the football, and of course that's where it starts with the quarterback. And Coach Lashley's on top of that, and really believe we'll get that corrected.
Coach, who are some of the younger guys that are starting to stand out even more now?
You talking about red
Yeah,
shirts?
practice, yeah.
It's really hard to one guy sticking out, but we're letting them compete. Overall, I've been happy with the whole group. I mean, they're excited. Our coaches, a lot of those guys on the scout team, in the middle of the season, it's hard for position coaches really to get a good look at them. And they really responded well. It's good for our coaches to evaluate those guys and spend time with them. And it's been a really good thing the last couple of days.
Coach, you guys have been on Duke and Shaquille Williams for a long, long time. What really stuck out about him as a player? What really impressed you?
Well, he's a playmaker. you just get him the ball, he makes things happen. He can go get it, he can run, you can hand it to him, and he's got all the tools.
Gus Malzahn made the defensive line, especially the conditioning, the defensive line with rotating that many guys that you guys play. Talk about how's that helped you win games? I remember talking to players after the Texas A&M game saying, you told them even they were going to be better conditioning, you to stop Johnny and those types of things.
Well, Coach Russell, first of all, has done an outstanding job with our whole team as far as our conditioning. And we have all but one game, we really performed well in the fourth quarter. Our defensive line, Coach Garner's done a good job of keeping his guys fresh, in the fourth quarter, especially against these top quarterbacks that can throw it so well.
What about Jay Prosh and just his ability to lead on and off the field?
Yeah. Jay Prosh is very valuable to us, and he gets overlooked a lot. I know his stats, you don't get a chance to really see, in the paper, the stats the next day, but he is a physical presence. And a lot of times, he's a point of attack guy, and he gets us started. And he's a tough guy. He makes everybody on our team tougher. He's just a winner.
Coach, there's been a lot of talk about your staff in recent weeks. Kind of go back, what went into the process of putting together that staff when you got hired?
Well, the first thing we wanted to do is get men of character that were great examples for our players, and that's where we started. And then we went after guys that at the same time had very good resumes. And so we hired our coordinators first. I gave the coordinators some ownership. I thought being a former coordinator, it was very important that your rooms are close. And we really have something special with our staff. They've done a wonderful job, and they're a big reason why we're here.